In this part we will crochet together these two parts that I made. First of all, you have to check if your part here is the same width here as the part you did here. So you can simply count it like this. So start with the corner here and start counting the arrows. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. On the other side, here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And of course we did our B row, but our 13th row will be the row that we use to crochet the two parts together. In this case, for this little piece, my row here is an odd row here, and with my cardigan that I'm making for myself, my last row is an even row, but I will show you that it's actually not different, but okay, maybe you need a little bit extra information for the situation that you have, so I will show you that later. And well, we will crochet this together on this side, and then here we will just continue with the bottom here and back to the front side, because this will be the back side eventually. And well, let's get started with that. I have laid down my work like this, so this is the part that we will the side that we will connect to this side. And well, it is actually what we have done with the crocheting together the sleeves, but the start is slightly different, and we also have to deal with the center here. So I will work all the way to the center to show you how to do this. And when you now look at the instructions, by the way, this is the piece that I made for situation 1, and my last row that I did was 12B, and now I will repeat again row 11A, which will become row 13A, of course. But if we look at the instructions, it says color 2 to the back. Well, we don't have a color 2 anymore, because I cut off the yarns of this side, of course, and I finished my yarn ends, and I also cut off the color 2 of this side, and I finished that yarn as well. And now I'm left with just color 1. And if you are like me, then I usually start doing 3 chains for the next row, and well, I see that it doesn't look very neatly, so let's take that out. And I put my yarn that I was working to this side, so that you can work through this row. And then you first start with doing 3 chains instead of 4, and then, because this is the side stitch, and then we pick up the yarn through that corner here, so pull it up here, and then make that 4th chain. And then the pattern here for this row says front 2, back 1, and we will repeat, and that is a repeat. So this is what we will do now, and it is very dark color here, so I hope you can see what I do. So this is front, the first front, and then we go to the next opening here and pull the yarn up again and make that in between chain. And then we have to do our second front stitch here. And you can also check which hole you have to work through, because the next stitch that you have to do is a back stitch, and here the opening before the back stitch here on this side, this is the opening that we will work through. So pull up the yarn and make that in between chain, and then our next stitch is the back stitch. So let's, and there is a bit of a yarn end here. Here we have done our back, and then we have to do front 2 again. So here you see the 2 front stitches. Here is the opening before that first front stitch. So this is the hole that we connect to, make that in between chain, and then do our first front stitch here on this side. Then we go to this opening here. This is just before the second front stitch. Make the in-between chain and then do the front stitch here. And of course, for the situation that you have, you just have to look at your instructions when to do a front stitch or a back stitch. So I guess you will understand that, because the only difference was actually the way we started this row. So I did my back stitch and now I have to do 2 front stitches, so you can always check with the other side here as well. So front, go to the next opening, and then our second front stitch, and then we almost have reached our mirror point. So here we have to do a back stitch here, and then we have to do the start of the repeat, which is a front, but now we have to mirror our work. So the next stitch will be here a back from 2, back from 2. So here, you can also see that on the other side here, and then a back. So I will continue doing this, and well, before we do that, check your work, see if the opposite sides are the same. So that looks really fine to me, and I will see you back when we're at the corner. I've almost reached the corner here. Here I did my stitch at the front, and I still have to do a stitch in the corner here at the front. That is for my pattern. It depends on the size of your cardigan, where you stop and which part of the pattern you do, but it doesn't really matter. Here I have to do a front stitch here in the corner. So first I will connect to this side, to this last hole here before the corner. I pull up my loop, I do my in-between chain, and here I do my corner stitch here. So this is the front here, and now we have reached the corner. So what I will do now is first I do 2 chains, then I connect to the corner here pull up that loop and do my 2 chains. So it doesn't matter if your last stitch was a back stitch, then you still have to finish your double crochet, do 2 chains and then connect to the corner. Well, then I turn my work and then I have to continue this row here, and I will start with a double crochet at the front, and then here a double crochet at the front and a double crochet at the back here, and I will work all the way until I have come to the end here, and then I will show you the result. And then I was finished crocheting together the 2 parts. Here you see the inside here, and well, I will turn it over here to show you the back here. And you know, it really looks well. It is mirrored here again, the pattern. And well, the fun thing with interlocking crochet, and especially when you work in a round, is the very neat edges that you get. So if you think, well, this is it, the size is correct for me, then you can simply cut off the yarn and consider it done. But you also have the option to make the sleeves a bit longer. You have the option to add more length to the bottom, and you can even, this is of course a children's size, but if you're making your own cardigan and you have a larger bust size and you would like to have more width here at the front, you can also add extra rows here and along the bottom here, and I will have that all in the description. And well, yeah, then I will show you my cardigan, where the crocheting together is done at the inside of the cardigan, and well, and then I will show you more for the other parts, the optional parts, and well, see you back then. So this is my cardigan, and you can see here that my final row, or the row in which I connected 2 parts, is on the inside of the cardigan. And for me this is a situation 3, and I am working on the inside of the cardigan, so I have to take the description of row 16A, and that says color 2 to the front, but again we don't have to deal with the color 2 at this point, because the color 2s and also the color 1 of this part is already cut off and finished. And then we have to do the side stitch, and then again here I have done 3 turning chains, so not 4, 3, and then I go to the corner here, I pick up that loop here and I do 1 in between chain, and then I look at my pattern, and my pattern says for this part is that I have to do first 1 back stitch, so this is where I do my back stitch here, and then I go to the next hole, and then we have to repeat of front 1 back 2 times. So here is the next hole, and then we do front 1, front 1, look for the next hole, back 2 times. So here's our first back one, our first back, sorry. Then we go to the next hole here, and do our back stitch here, And again, also check the other part for the little cardigan. Here we go to the next hole here, and you can check it because next we would have to do a front stitch, and here is the hole before the front stitch. So pull up your loop through that hole and continue just like I showed you for the sleeves and for the other part that I just showed with the little cardigan, and also look at how to do the corner there. And well, that was about crocheting together the two parts. We have crocheted together the two parts, and now we can extend the cardigan in several ways. And what I did with my cardigan, I wanted to have a little bit more width and a little bit of overlap on the front side. So what I did is that when you end up on this side of the cardigan, you start on the other side with color 2 and simply follow the pattern where you left. So in this case we did an A row and then follow the instructions for the B row for your situation. So that is simply it, and then also stop when you have done an A row. You can also extend the cardigan on the bottom, just at the bottom, but for that you need to know how many rows you did going downwards, and maybe you made notes and you kept that on a note, but if you have forgotten which row you are, you can simply count and simply start here at the armpit, and here is your first double crochet here at the side. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then pick the description in the pattern description where you have to start. And if you have to start with, of course you have to start with a B row. And if that has to start at the inside of your cardigan, you simply start here in the corner and attach your yarn here. And I also always do a standing double crochet. But if you have to start at the outside of the cardigan, you turn it here and then you start here in the corner. And of course it depends if you have to do a back stitch or a front stitch here in the corner, how you start it, but this is the position where you have to start. There is one thing that I wanted to show you about the inside and how to handle this, because here you have that connection row, and these are the two the last rows with the color 2. So if you let's say that you work from the outside here, then do your double crochet here, and it might be a front or it might be a back, doesn't matter, and then you do your in-between chain, then work into the chain space here, and of course it depends. If you have to work at the front, you work here. If you have to work at the back, you work here. And then do the in-between chain, and then simply go to the next corner and continue your pattern. And of course this is a mirroring point. And the next, after you have done your B row, then you can continue with your A row. And there is something special that I do, and then I will show you here and find my start of the, I will show it with this yarn because the dark blue is very hard to see. And I will simply show you what to do. So suppose I did here a front stitch, might have been a back stitch for your pattern. So suppose this is the situation, and then you do your in-between chain. And what I do next is I work around this here, and here I finish my double crochet, and then I continue my pattern here. And what that will do, and I will show you here what it does. Well, you see here, and I think it is a front post or a back post. I always forget which one is which, so I always have to look it up. But you go around these, that connection here, and that holds it in place. So that is for the very first arrow that you do when you extend on the bottom. But something that I also did, and this is just a personal choice, so you choose what you want to do. On the outside you have that connection row in that dark blue here, and well, this will be in the same color, and I should just use this other color for showing you. I wanted to continue this line at the bottom all the way through, and this is the mirroring point. And that means that if you also want to do that, when you work at the right side of your cardigan, you will always have a front stitch here. And when you do the rows on the inside of your cardigan, you will also always have a back stitch here, back double crochet. So that is something that you have to remember if you want to continue the line. And of course you can decide that you just do the mirroring of the pattern like you did, for example, the mirroring here and at the corners. So that is something that you can decide what you like better. So that was about the bottom, and next what we will do is extend the sleeves, because here you are going to work in a round, and then you have to do something special with the arrows. We will now make an extension to the sleeves, and that is a different way of working for the arrows. And this cardigan, this sample here, is for a situation 1, and that means that my last row that I did when I was working in the round, my last row was a 10A. So this is a situation 1 where I have to start with row 10B at the back. And that means that if you take your sleeve here, you see the connection here on top, and that means that we will be working on the inside. So here is where we will start, and then of course it depends on the pattern if you have to do a front stitch here or a back stitch here. But if you have a situation 4, 5 and 6 where you had an odd row at the last row that you did when working in the round, then you have to start here at the outside of the cardigan. So it says front, but it means, so the front is the where you look at the outside of the cardigan. So then you have to start here, of course, on the other side. So well, in my case it says that I have to work at the back, so that means the inside of the cardigan, and then I start with a standing double crochet, and here is the corner, here is the connection of the two parts of the sleeve, and here is my corner here, and it says that I have to do a repeat of back 2, front 1. So my first stitch is simple in the corner here with the first back stitch, and then an in-between chain, and then go to the double crochet here, and this is also a back stitch here, and then the next stitch has to be a front, and it's the same repeat back to front 1. So here we have front 1, and simply follow along in this row, but be aware that here at the bottom of the sleeve you have that mirror point, so mirror the pattern just like you did with crocheting this part. And well, I will continue off camera, and I will show you when the result when you are here at the end. I finished my B row here, and here is where I ended, and this is how it looks at the inside of the sleeve. And of course you check again if these two parts are mirrored correctly. So here I started with 2 front and 1 at the back, and here I ended with 2 front and then here 1 stitch at the back. So that is your check, and also check if you mirrored correctly here at the bottom. And these B rows will not be connected, just like you see here on the inside here. These B rows are not connected, and we also will not do that for the extension. And now we will continue with the next A row. And if you have ended here, and I will take this other color yarn instead of the bluish purplish yarn. It says my next row has to be at the front, row 11A at the front side. And what I will do now is this part here, this will be my front stitch. So I work around the connection here of the two parts here. So I insert here and I pick up my yarn and I make my double crochet. And it doesn't matter if you work on the inside or on the outside of the cardigan, just simply do it like that. Here you see that little bump here, or that greenish bump, but if you have worked in the same color you won't see that. So well, let's position the next thing correctly and look at the description, because we still have to follow the instructions where color 2 has to be put, and it says color 2 to the back, and then the side stitch. Well, this was the side stitch, and then we have a repeat of front 2 and back 1. And of course, and I also did it for my Dutch video, I forgot do my in-between chain. Be consistent. Well, of course, after doing the double crochet here, do the in-between chain and then follow the pattern, and then it says front 2 and back 1, and simply do that repeat again all around the sleeve. Don't forget to mirror your pattern when you have come to the bottom of your sleeve. And where is it? Here it is. So I will continue with this row off camera, and then I will show you how to connect the A row. I have almost finished my A row, and well, to show you here. This is the side stitch that we started with, and then we have 2 front, and then at the back here 1 stitch, and here I ended with the mirroring with 2 front here at the back, 1 at the back here, and all we have to do now is do the side stitch. But of course there will not be a side stitch because we already have 1 side stitch here, and then we simply have to connect it. So what I do, so after doing the in-between chain, I simply go round here, and this might sound peculiar because usually when you connect things you use a slip stitch, but I will use a single crochet. It's just a little bit, yeah, firmer, and it looked very nicely on my sweater, on my own cardigan. I tried doing a slip stitch, and well, I thought, why not do a single crochet, and it looked much better to me, to be honest. So if you want to do a slip stitch, by all means do that, but I thought it looked better and it gives more strength than just a slip stitch. So I will show you a little bit of the next 2 rows, so a little bit of the B row, and here our next B row is 11B at the front, and well, this is the only way we can go. So we work now on the outside of the cardigan, and it says to do a back 1 and a front 2. So the back 1 is already done. It was positioned correctly, and then I will do my front 2, and I will do this row, and I will show you again what to do with the start of the next A row and the end of the next A row. I have finished my B row, and then again I check if it's mirrored with the other side. So here I started with a back and then front 2, and here I ended with a back and a front 2, so mirrored. And then we have to go to our next A row, and then you have to pay attention to which side you have to work on. And here we ended here on this side. So when you have an A row, you always have the instructions where to put your front, your color 2. So if you accidentally would start here and continue like this one on the outside of the cardigan, then you miss that piece of color 2 that you have to put front or back. So that's already an indication on which side you have to work on. But of course, just check the instructions, because we have now to do a row 12A, and that says that we have to work on the back side. And the back side means this for the sleeve, that you have to work on the inside of the sleeve. So now let's start this. And well, it says that we have to do color 2 to the back, so move that to the back, so away from you. If it would have said to the front, it would have gone this way, but it's on the back here. And then we have the side stitch, which is already this stitch, and then we have to do a repeat of front back 2. So front and then back 2, and I will continue this row off camera and show you the connection one more time, and then I will also show you my the sleeve of my cardigan, so you can see how it looks when you have used the same color. The sun started shining, so it's a little lighter now at the moment, so sorry for that. But I guess you can see it still. Here I have ended my A row here. I did the last stitch, and again this is the side stitch that we started with, and here we have a front and two back, and I have done here a back and two front here. So now I have to connect. So I did my double crochet, and then you do the in-between chain. And did I do that already? Yes, I already did the in-between chain, and then again make the connection by making a single crochet here, and do 1, 2, 3, 4 for the next row. And well, this is how it looks. So you see that that single crochet looks really nice here at the connection. And then I will also show you my cardigan, my sleeve, how it looks. And I have to pick it up from the floor next to me. So here it is. I didn't finish the yarn yet. I was in the process of fitting it. And I thought, well, that was okay. And I also have an extra tip for you. So here where I put the red marker, this is the first row of the extension. So we started with a B row. This is the first row. And that can help you count the number of rows that you did for your extension. So when you work on the other sleeve, you can check and see if you have done the same number of rows there for the extension. So your sleeves will be the same width. And something that when I was fitting my cardigan, there was something else that I wanted to show you. What you can do is make the sleeves longer than you want to, than you need to, and then fold it over and see what fun effect that gives. So that's another thing that you can also do. But I wanted to show you all this because I wanted to show you how it looked. And well, here you see that this was the part where we, when we were working in the round and we connected these two parts to create the sleeve. And this is where we worked back and forth with doing the extension. So yes, if you look very closely, you can see that, and I will put my hand under it, maybe it shows a little bit better. This is slightly thicker than this part, but is it noticeable? Not really. You know, it's yeah, I think it's it looks good. Yeah. And well, another funny thing that happened, I am using this Scheepjes Color Crafter Parade, and it has a color shift in it. And well, the rows here are much shorter, of course, and then you suddenly see that very gentle shift in color. And okay, I didn't have that on this side because it became quite a mess because of, yeah, the large rows and so. So yeah, that is slightly different, but okay. That of course will not happen if you use a solid color. And well, that was about extending the cardigan in 3 ways. I have been thinking if I would do a border because, yeah, actually you don't really need a border. It looks very neat. But for those who really want to do a border, I thought, well, maybe I better figure out how to do that. And so I started thinking, because doing the border around these sides is not difficult. I'm using a method that I call my favorite border. And maybe if you have seen my videos before, you have seen me do that. But the thing is how to handle these corners here, from where you go from the front piece to the back piece, and here from the back piece to the front piece. So well, I figured something out, and I will show you how to do this. And you need 3 markers in one color and 2 markers in another color, because you have to strategically place these markers, because that will really help you. And I will show you it this way. Well, here on top you have the top of the sleeve here, where we connected the 2 parts. And first of all, you place a marker here at the connection. And then this corner here, because that was actually a corner, it goes around here, and then you place a marker around here. So behind, on this side of this connecting piece, and the same here on this side. Here you place a marker as well. So these are the markers for color 1. And then we also have to do some markers for color 2. And you see here these 2 markers, and then here you have this, this corner here. Here we worked in the round, here, and here we had the corner. And we will now place this marker in this corner and below. So this is the sleeve, this is how it the back, and we place it in this one, and I have to position it here below that connection. And let's just pick color 2 here. So here it is. So you see it here. And then we turn the work over here, and you see these 2 markers, 2 pink markers here. And here you see that place where the corner is, and then you put your marker below it. And of course this might look a little bit different depending on where you stopped crocheting in the round. So this is really helpful to crochet the right things, because it, it became quite messy when I first started doing this for my cardigan, and I was like, I don't know exactly what I'm doing. So I thought, well, maybe figure it out first without crocheting it actually, and first figuring out where to do the crocheting. And well, I will show you now what to do making the 2 borders, because you have to do 2 rows, the first in color 2 and the second one in color 1, and that is what I will show you next. So this is how we will do it, and then I always forget if it is a back post or a front post of a crochet that I will be making. I will look it up and add it to the description to the video here. But I will just show you what to do. So first we start with color 2, and for this demonstration I used a light yellow. And what we simply do, I started for my cardigan at the back of the cardigan, here where the 2 pieces are connected, so slightly after that. And well, for this demonstration I will only use a little part. So here you can actually start anywhere where you like, except in the corners. So this is our front post and back post double crochet. And then in between chain, and then we go to the next post here. We go around it, and I will do it a little bit more slow if you don't know how to do so. You constantly work behind the color one. So these are all back stitches, and here you see that hole. Here you go past that post and pick up that loop, and then simply finish your double crochet. Do the in-between chain, and here again go around the post of that double crochet and an in-between chain, and then you have reached the corner. Keep on working at the back of the color one, which is this darker aqua color, and now make a half double crochet, and I will explain you why that is. And first I do 3 corner chains, and then again in the corner a half double crochet. So pull it through. I will explain you why that is, because when you look at that double crochet that we made here, you see that it's connected lower to this stitch here. So it's not worked into the top of the double crochet here, but below it. So that makes that the double crochet, the border, is more closely to the outer border of color 1. And to mimic that same height, I'm using half double crochets in the corner, and because it's lower, we also need less chains here in the corner. So that's why. So let's continue, and yeah, I did my in-between chain, and then we work into the sides here. Well, this part of the cardigan we worked back and front, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and in the corners you could do simply work into the chain space, and this is why I developed this method of doing this border, because this way you force that working in the chains, this chain opening, that everything gets well, how should I explain this? If you work into the chain opening, the connection can slide, and this way you force it in the right position. Let's explain it that way. Well, simply follow along. So here we work around that post, and it's very important that you keep track of the right order, because the posts of these sides are also alternating color 1 and color 2. So well, let's find the next one. So for instance here is the post of color 1, and then after that is the post of color 2. I hope you can see it here. And then an in-between chain, and then we have already reached the cordon, because for this sample piece, this is a children's size. It's very small here. So first what we will do is find the purple marker here, and this post is after the post where the pink marker is. So go after that pink marker, and then pick up the top here where the purple marker is here, and go around it just like we did before. Make that double crochet, one in between chain, and then turn your work over to the other side and find that other purple marker that is hiding. It is hiding here. Here you have it, here. So this post is before the post of that pink, last pink marker. So go over it. So here. And I really hope you can see it. So in between chain, and then find the next post, and that is after the pink marker, and then you are right on track again at the back. And I will take this out and show you how it looks with just the first row here. You see, it looks very, very neat. And well, I will continue until I've come to the next corner here on this side. And actually you are doing the very same thing that we did here, but I will repeat it for you so you can see it again, and maybe if something wasn't really clear on this side, then you can also see it again on the other side. So I will see you back then when I have come there. I have worked a bit further, and something that I always also wanted to mention, if you go past that connection of the two parts, you simply work double crochet into the space here of the corners where you of color 2. And well, I have done my last one here, and here I will do my next one in between chain, and then I have come to the point where yeah, where the purple marker is. So that is behind or after the pink marker here. So I go at the back of the white of color 1, sorry, and then I pick up that post here, and if you find that marker annoying, then remove it. Do one in between chain, move it over to the front here, and then again here is the purple marker here. So wrap around your yarn, go behind the color 1, go around that post here, and then we have done the hard part, and then I will continue and with the next, and I will show you the corner one more time. And here, by the way, this is an example, I think, yes it is, where I worked into this chain space, and here you see that this can slide along each other, these two bits. I hope you see that. And with doing this, working around, it is forced into the correct position all the way to the border. So that is what I tried to explain earlier, but I didn't do a good job with that, I guess. So well, we have reached the corner again, and then I will do a half double crochet again in the corner at the back of color 1. Do 3 chains, not 4, free, and then do another half double crochet in the corner, and then continue with working around the color 2 posts, and in this case this one is at the back here, and then here. So keep track of alternating color 1 here and then color 2, color 1, color 2. So keep track of that. And what I did for my cardigan, because it's very long rows, I first did a bit of the border with color 2 and then a bit of the border in color 1, and then I checked at the back if it looked correctly. So yeah, I find that a very nice method to see if I go correctly, that I don't have to pull out an entire row if I have done something wrong right at the start. So so let's do color 1, the next row for the border. And again we start with a slip knot, and I have to, my sheet is pulling away. Here we have started, and we will now work at the back of color 2. The entire row, everything is behind color 2, and then we work around the posts of color 1. So here we start here. So let's do a couple, and then I will also show you how it looks at the back, and so you can check if you do it correctly, and find the next post here, and the next. And before we will do the corner, I will show you how it looks at the back here. So you see that the yellow, the color 2 and color 1 are alternating, so you go correctly. And what I am doing for my cardigan, I first do a part of the row with color 2, and then I do a bit with color 1, and then I continue further with color 2, and then I continue further with color 1, and I check at the back every now and then to see if I go correctly, because well, this is quite a long row, and you don't want to have made a mistake at the very first part and then have to rip it out everything. So well, that would be my advice to do. And then I have come to the corner here, and again work at the back of color 2 and do a half double crochet here as well. So a half double crochet, 3 chains, not 4, 3, and then the second half double crochet in the corner, in between chain, and then we continue working on this side here. And sometimes you have to really see where the post is, where you have to work around. So pull it in shape, and then the next one, here it is. And then we have already come to where the pink marker is, so that is here. So simply work around it, or around that post here, and you see that these markers are so really helpful. Do an in-between chain, then we work here, we go behind color 2, we go around the post, pick up the loop and finish our double crochet, and in between chain, and then we turn our work, and then we work around the post here with the other pink double crochet or side post. And then simply follow the rest of the cardigan, and well, I guess, well, this was very easy. And well, if I show you how this looks, it looks so very, very clean and neat, and you see, very, very nice. And well, when the cardigan is folded over this part here, this is what you will see at the front here. And well, this side curls a little bit to the inside, but that's well, really okay, and it gives a very neat finish. And well, that was everything that I wanted to tell you. And it was quite a journey for me, because I vowed that I would never ever do clothing because of the sizes. But when I ran into that hexagon construction of a cardigan, I thought was, well, I have to apply that to interlocking crochet, and that is what I did with this project. It took me a couple of months, also because of some personal things that were going on with the help of my mom. But okay, here we are. I have done it, and so I would like to ask you, please give me a thumbs up to show your appreciation if you liked it. And please subscribe to my channel if you didn't already do that. And well, I'm thinking of doing more with this technique for these cardigans. Now I've done it once. Maybe I can think of more stuff. And well, so yes, I will see you back then in another video.